Salut, sacred souls. It is Sirian Mermaid and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to hop right into the fire sign reading. This will be messages that you need to know at this time for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements. Please feel free to give a like and subscribe to join our Sacred Soul Tribe. Comment your sign down below and let me know what you'd like to see more of. My personal readings planet is down below, as well as the portal to all my socials. They are all available at the link down in the description box and in the bio. All right. And without further ado, let's see what's going on for the Fire Nation. Shuffle one more time. Okay. Spirit. What do the fire signs need to know? Wow, a bunch of cards came out. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Fortune. Some of y'all could have like a Spanish accent or some sort of accent. That's just for somebody. You could be connected to somebody with an accent. This is a fated connection. Interesting. The Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles. I don't know why I want to keep picking apart my pronunciation all of a sudden. So maybe some of you are just very meticulous, or you're preparing for something that has to be done a certain way. You could be trying to perfect your craft. I have strong Virgo energy, so some of you could have Virgo placements in your chart or be connected to someone with these placements, as well as Pisces and Sagittarius energies. Okay, so I feel like a lot of things are changing in your life, and I think right now you're trying to channel a lot of your emotions and how you're changing, how you're growing into your art, into your craft, into your work. See, a lot of you are focused on, making money and monetizing your passions and interests, and I think a lot of fortune is going to come in for you when you give your shadows a place to rest, is what I heard. Giving your shadows giving them a voice in a beautiful, productive way is definitely going to set you on the path for success here. So yes, I see a lot of movement coming in, a lot of progress with this. Something that you could have been working on for a long time. I feel like now you're going to start to really see the benefits of that with the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. For some of you, this is very, very specific. Some of you could have gone viral years ago, right? Or you've been successful or made a lot of money or basically came into a lot of abundance or wealth in the past. And it may have been a slower process for you all to get to that point, and you're trying to streamline it or figure out how to recreate that. The advice is, what follows that is the Tower. There could have been something where you really changed something that was helping you be abundant, now no longer resonates with you, or you changed a lot from that long time ago. And so you're being called to speak to the changes that you're going through the upheaval, through a lot of the inner shadow work you've been doing. You're being called not to try to mold yourself back into your past self, because if that made you successful before, that's what did. But now you're on a new timeline where you can't really access certain timelines or repeat things the same way. You're being called to actually change up the pattern, switch up your flow, and maybe move more from a heart space. And when you move more from your heart space, I feel like you're going to get you're going to receive abundance in a way that is not typically expected or traditional for you. So it may not be as much money as you used to make, for example. This is just an example. Now what you do connects more with the hearts of people. it touches the hearts of men and women across the globe in a way that's deeper and more like raw and authentic. So in this fashion, this inner transformation that you're pouring into something is inspiring people and also uplifting them, connecting with them in their heart space in a way that you haven't done before. I feel like you're being called to really express with all the water. I wasn't going to say water at all. With all the, could be connected to water signs. Someone is connected to you who is a water sign, as well as an earth sign. Pisces and Capricorn and Virgo energy stand out loudly. Scorpio and Leo also pop up here, as well as Sagittarius. However, I'm seeing that your abundance is you're being introduced to a new aspect of it. And it may mean that you do something that doesn't pay as much as the previous position you were in or previous craft that you were working on, but you have deeper connections and you have people that will protect you, look out for you, and support you from all walks of life and wherever you are in life. So it could be that as well. People could also want to present you opportunities because there is a space in which you're moving through that's able to connect with certain people that align with you genuinely. And you may have cultivated a lot on your own. I see this next chapter involving more people and interested prospects, right? Business partners, potential soulmates, to connect with platonically, professionally, and romantically. I think people do see you as pretty serious about yourself, your business, what you do. Very focused about your business, your work ethic, your performance is what I'm hearing. And I heard something about you turning a blind eye to your past or trying to work through your past, and reflect on certain things from your past to move forward into a new reality. Or I feel like something about you looks or feels a little different to others as well, but it's because you may seem very different, but that's because they didn't go through the gradual inner transformation process. So when you finally kind of emerged from it after all of the patient self-work that you were doing to yourself and the introspections and the revelations, I think now people are actually seeing what that looks like on the outside. So it looks very drastic, like almost like you leveled up overnight in a certain way that people don't understand, right? With the moon as well, I feel as though some of you are being called to do moon magic, like make some moon water, do some spells, especially like when it comes to abundance and work, connection, like prosperity, like a wealth of connections, networking, a wealth of confidence. Yes. Knowledge as well. Okay. Some of you could be diving deeper into spiritual knowledge as well, or feel called to put some sort of messages or course or something together, or studying something that is helping you come out of a state of spiritual, mental, and physical poverty into a more secure state of being, to being more empowered, to being the leader in your life, taking the reins. King of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Strength card. The Hierophant coming out again. Some of you could be connected to a Taurus. Okay, some of you also hear something's coming up about... Okay, clarify. Okay, very interesting. The Hierophant with the Three Cups reversed. Now, with the Hierophant representing a lot about commitment, loyalty, traditional values, expectations, and the Three of Cups referring to mainly reversed a lot of times a third-party situation. Some of you could have been in a commitment or are going through a situation now with someone who is unfaithful to you. Someone who, yeah, there's infidelities coming up here. I feel like a new chapter of healing is happening. You're changing a lot. You're going through a lot. You could be going through the death of this connection as well. The Devil card, the King of Swords. It's like you could feel stuck with this person, or even a sexual soul tie. Some sort of bond, temptation is coming up. What else, Spirit? You're being called to, I heard, respect yourself. Something like, yeah. I think there's a lot of conflict here. You could be arguing a lot with a partner or a spouse, for some of you. Also, it could be also, if it's not something that you're currently like going through or just a recent situation, which I feel like for many of you, this is recent. There's also an energy of something of the past becoming a stain on someone's heart, where it's like, I can't see you different, or I'll bring, little things are brought up in conversation that don't necessarily you can feel tongue-tied or at a loss of words. I almost feel out of breath when I'm talking. So it feels like a lot of like arguing, straining, like speaking loudly, very intense. I heard going for the jugular, very cutthroat and almost emotionless here. Like things they could get really fierce and feisty. And I feel like even little things became big arguments during the day, like arguing over, I just want to say the mail, like arguing over the mail, arguing over the dishes, arguing over how long something's taking, arguing over like little things, just picking little things apart to the point where it's like causing blow-ups. For some of you, your family could be too heavily involved in your romantic life as well. And for some of you, it's giving like, okay, work can be doing really well, but your relationship and relationships may need more effort or more healing. Yeah, the Lovers. There is someone who also feels like you choose work over them. I heard every time. So someone may feel like you're selfish for loving yourself. Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups. What's the advice, Spirit? I feel like you're being called to, I heard, limit your reactions when it comes to this person. Just keeping firm boundaries, standing your power, knowing your worth with the Empress here. And the Page of Cups is like, what's the future of this connection? It almost feels like something new is starting, like a new chapter. What else? For some of you, you may have gone through a lot with whoever this is. Y'all could have been together for a long time, or you seem to have a lot of love for each other. And it feels almost like even though there's like pain or being upset, some of you could be called to get some sort of marriage counseling or relationship counseling, do some healing, go within, journal, reflect, have more open conversations, but don't forget to keep your boundaries up. But it feels almost like some of you are going to give this another try. Some of you do see this as worth it. I feel like this will continue, this connection, this dynamic. It feels like, what else, Spirit? I feel as though some of you are going to become single, or this is a specific message that you may wind up making more than this person, or you could wind up doing better financially or certain areas of life that you're being called to reflect on. I see that you and this person could be very intimate. So there seems to be a lot of passion and tension and things of that nature. Clarify the Page of Cups. This person almost feels like if they feel like family in a sense, right? So it almost feels like you could be having trouble with a family member as well. They could be having relationship trouble. Take it as it resonates, but you're being called to why the Page of Cups? That's what's confusing me. I feel like you're being called maybe not to jump to conclusions. There could be other people who have relationship troubles around you, but you're being called not to jump to conclusions about other, like your relationship life, or people that want to connect with you in that way. Or yeah, some of you could have good reason to not trust someone. But I think if you really want this to heal, you'll have to hear this person out. You'll have to try to balance the situation. Some of you could also be teaching others to leave situations such as this, because it just seems very heavy and not of the highest vibration. Now, this person could have people fighting over them, fighting with them, or over you. People could be fighting over you. You seem like more open to something new anyway. Some of you could be in a connection where you feel single. So you're just trying to heal through that and see things from a more logical perspective as to, hey, is this honoring yourself by staying in this connection, by working on this, by engaging in this, by entertaining this, by enabling whatever dynamic you are participating in? You're being called to really reflect and kind of maintain a strong character. So don't let the situation with other people ruin your kind heart as well. If it's causing you to feel sour and hardened and, just not good on a consistent basis, you're being called to release yourself from that, because you're not obligated to anyone's foolishness. Your mental health is of precedent, and I do see that you could be putting yourself first and doing more sensual things for your self-care and your feminine sensuality, versus for someone else, for the sake of someone else. And this could definitely bother some people around you, but you're being called to just continue focusing on what makes you happy, Page of Wands, and not to let these situations limit your perspective or limit how you see the world and what you're capable of attracting or manifesting and doing in life. Okay. Someone could also be getting friend zoned by you. You may not be into a friend that way. So that's also another message. Okay, Spirit, can we get any messages from the Voyage of the Soul Oracle? What can you tell me for the Fire Nation? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Awakened, eyes open, awareness, spiritual quests, and epiphanies. Wow, an energy reversed. Life force, chakras, Reiki, intangible, subtle, crystals. So the energy card is reversed, which means someone could be trying to drain your energy. You're being careful to be very intentional and thoughtful about the interactions you're having, especially if you have some complications or things going on in your personal life. You're being called not to just engage with people who feed off of your frustration. What else, Spirit? Aura, mood, light, glow, shield, protection. So continuing to put up your protection through prayer, meditation, spell work, and other sacred rituals, right? And affirmations. Then we have pathway, choices, alternatives, horizons, new forward direction. So literally you are looking forward. You have a new direction. You have even new potential partners, soulmates coming your way. So I feel like you already know that you have options. You have choices. Listen closely, speak wisely is coming up. From the shades of the oracle. Any other message here? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right, fire gang, know your power and use it wisely. Find freedom. I heard, yeah, you can get what you want, but whatever you want, but is that really what you want? Are you really going to be happy with getting exactly what you think you want? Or is there better for you? Still. Find freedom. Yeah, some of you could be freeing yourself from a toxic relationship dynamic. Okay, focus on success and abundance. Yeah, to focus more on your abundance. Time to look into the mirror. Nourish and honor your health. Yeah, admit your faults and respect yourself and be respected. So I feel like it's time for you also to do some inner healing and reflect on the ways that maybe you felt connected to this or felt like you still wanted to be involved in a connection that wasn't really serving your highest good. So you're being called to focus on the things that bring success and abundance into your life, and looking in the mirror to continue to attract people who value you and respect you as you continue to respect yourself. You will align with people that feel that way about you too, versus some of these kind of karmic energies that, again, want to feed off of your, like when you're in a lower vibration, they get power from that. Can't live without it, can't live with it, can't live without it. So yeah, for the answers from the light oracle, some of you could be also releasing from an addiction or a really just a connection that was just hard to get out of. You already know more than you give yourself credit for. Some of you could be second guessing yourselves. I feel like you already know what you think it is. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Don't move sideways, face it straight on. And yeah, you may be like, well, maybe this and maybe that, to put it off just a little while longer. But it's time for you to heal through it. It's time for you to call it quits on whatever is not serving you. Clear your past to develop your future and find your rhythm and dance to it. Wow. Fire gang. So I hope this provided some clarity and uplifted you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to tap into these messages. Please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe to join our Sacred Soul Tribe, and comment down below if you feel this connected with you and what you'd like to see more of. And again, personal readings are linked down below. And without further ado, je t'aime et à la prochaine.